Hello and welcome back to the Notebook Sessions. This is the third edition of this series of videos that I've been doing. You can go and see the other two on my channel, February and March's roundup. But basically we like to kind of round up the month both pop culture wise, personally, and just have a nice little chit chat. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, stick around and let's talk. So we're going to kick the video off by talking about probably one of the biggest music events of the year, and that is obviously Coachella. Whether you've seen or heard of it through your favourite influencer who's there or your favourite artist was performing, if you're on social media, it's quite hard not to see all of the Coachella content. Obviously, we can't talk about Coachella without talking about Mr. Justin Bieber. So this felt like a real comeback for Justin. After not touring for a while, he played loads of throwback songs and a few of his new songs. One of the classics that he performed was One Less Lonely Girl, and he brought up Billie Eilish to be his One Less Lonely Girl. I wasn't a huge Justin Bieber fan back in the day. I was definitely more of a One Direction girl, but everyone knew about the One Less Lonely Girl. Every girl that went to one of his concerts wanted to be chosen, and he did bring up a few guest performers. One of them was SZA. Some people, however, have been arguing that they didn't enjoy his set and they found it to be quite lazy in terms of production, and especially when you compare it to other performers, there wasn't really much to his performance other than him. But I think a lot of people argue that he is the show. Like, he's not going to be performing with backup dancers like he used to in the day. He's not going to be wearing the headset and the purple outfit. Like, that's just not who he is as an artist nowadays. In one segment of the show, he did scroll on YouTube, and I think he was like looking up some of his old songs, and I think it was kind of a nod to his beginnings and where he's come from. But like I said, people do kind of think the whole production value was a little bit lazy. So let me know what you think. Literally, just as I was saying that, my other mic died. Apologies if the sound is a little bit different, but I hope that this one is not going to cut out. Talking about production value and my mic dies, that is just like typical. Anyways, moving on, somebody who did not skimp on their production value was Sabrina Carpenter. She had a huge production. If you've seen her perform her song Tears, she was on this elevated chair spinning around with water going everywhere. And she also brought out Madonna, and they performed songs like A Prayer and Vogue. And it was only in 2024 that Sabrina performed her single Espresso for the first time. And whilst singing her iconic outro of Nonsense, where she kind of switches it up every time she sings it, she said, "Coachella, see you back here when I headline." And that was only in 2024, so it's been 2 years and she did exactly that. She headlined Coachella, and I feel like that is such an amazing example of somebody who has believed in themselves, has manifested this, and who has worked so hard. There were two other standout acts for me personally, and number one was Pink Pantheress. If you look at her old performances, she used to perform with a little handbag on her shoulder because she said it felt like her emotional support made her feel a bit more normal about performing. Now she's putting on full-blown shows. Like I said, it just shows such a growth within the artist. And she also brought out Zara Larsson, and they sang their collab stateside. Secondly is an artist called Slater. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I hope I am. I've personally never listened to her music before. I've definitely heard her music on TikTok, but I've never like put it on and played it. But her performances at Coachella were absolutely insane. If you watch the clip, the crowd is spilling out of the bit that she's in, and they're going absolutely mad. It's so good. The energy in there looked insane. Her voice is crazy. So I think I will be adding her to my playlist. And as much as I absolutely love watching the Coachella content, it does look like a complete sensory overload for someone like me. And as an introverted girl, I feel like I will forever be watching the clips of Coachella from the comfort of my own bed. Also, do you like my new bed sheets, pink gingham from the range? Being introverted, looking at things online kind of leads me on to my next topic, which is taking a break from everyday life. So I've recently been on holiday. I went to Greece at the beginning of this month, and I do have a video up that kind of summarizes my whole holidays. But until I actually got on holiday, I don't think I realized how much I actually needed the break. I really did spend minimal time on my phone, and I really just tried to live in the moment. Without the responsibilities of everyday life in tandem with this, I literally just felt like a weight was completely lifted off of my shoulders. I feel like it's so easy to get stuck in the rut of everyday life, especially when you work a full-time job, have responsibilities outside of work, and you can easily get swept up in those things and also get swept up in social media with things like Coachella. You can easily start comparing your life, and all of that combined can kind of make you go into an absolute spiral about life. And now that I've actually had that break and have had time to think and just reevaluate my whole life, basically, I feel so refreshed. Honestly, I feel like I've taken my brain out of my head, I've put it in a washing up bowl, slapped some fairy liquid on it, shoved it back in, and I just feel like completely clean of the negative thoughts I had before. And I now have my mental health as a priority and my goals as a priority. But honestly, how long that's going to last now that I'm getting back into normal life, I don't know. And talking about being on holiday and the warmer months coming, summer's slowly approaching. I know a lot of people like myself will start dreading this season due to fears of their body image. It can bring up a lot of feelings, and for me, it kind of always triggers a little bit of worry deep down inside of me, because I am someone who has struggled with body image since I was in primary school. When I was in secondary school, I was bullied because I was always a lot taller than a lot of the girls and a little bit larger. I was called names and looked at differently, and that kind of thing doesn't leave you. We've seen throughout the decades what scrutiny women's body has in the media, from the tabloids back in the early 2000s to social media now. I'm sitting on the phone looking at it like, I don't look like any of these people. We've kind of been told from the very beginning that we will never be good enough. It's so damaging. But in saying that, I have done a lot of work over, I would say, the past year to really build my confidence. So if you're feeling a little bit anxious about these warmer months coming up, or if you have a holiday booked and you're scared to put on the shorts or the top that you want to wear, these are my tips that I've kind of learned throughout the years. Number one is no one cares as much as you do. As simple as it sounds, it is the truth, and everyone in life is in their own bubble. If you think about the last time you went to the beach, let's say, and you got your towel out and started taking your clothes off to get in your swimsuit, like every time I've done that, I've never been looking at another woman like, oh my god, look at what she looks like. I'm not looking at anyone because I'm so worried about myself and how other people are perceiving me that I haven't even had time to think about anyone else. Why would anyone else have the time to look at me? And also, even if somebody did quickly glance at you and be like, oh, like that's just a passing thought and it's gonna go. It really doesn't matter. No one has the time to focus on you apart from you, which is why you scrutinize yourself so much. Number two is that life is going by and it will continue to go by whether you decide to live it or not. If you decide to wear the shorts to the beach that you bought for this holiday and have a great time, or you decide to keep your trousers on and sit in the room because you don't want to go out, you're scared of people seeing you, that day is going to continue and you're either going to live it or you're not. It is the harsh reality. Nothing should stop you from living your life, especially not your body. When I went on holiday this time, I never wear shorts. I hate getting my legs out. I have a lot of cellulite, but I bought these lovely shorts from M&S and I put them on and I wore them, and life still went on. Life still happened whether my cellulite was out on display or not. Number three is that your body is the least interesting thing about you. You are not defined by your body. You are a whole person. Yes, your body is your outer vessel, but you are so much more than just that. And your life and your memories will be defined by you and who you are and the life that you've lived. Just go and live your life, whatever that looks like for you, because that is, in the end, all that matters. And my last tip number 4, is that confidence really does come from within. I think I've noticed this over the last year. Since I started my 9-to-5 job, I've had more time to kind of prioritize my health. It's taken me 2 years to notice a slight difference in my body. Noticing just the little things that you do to yourself that slowly knocks down your confidence. So like when you look in the mirror and you kind of, sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, and I just think, no, like you're not going to be a confident person if that's how you look at yourself in the mirror. Always think positively about yourself and big yourself up. You are your biggest cheerleader. Sorry if that seemed like a lot, but I am just very passionate about loving yourself, being unique. I hope you resonated with some of that. But also, whilst I was on holiday, I finished 2 books. I had been reading Powerless for a while and it was so good. Like I said, this has gotten me out of a reading rut of like 15 years. Absolutely loved Powerless. I then read, I think it's Fearless, is the kind of in-between middle story about a side character, and I read that in a morning. It's not too long. That was amazing, very sad. Now I am reading Reckless. Oh my god, I mean, I just have no words. I cannot put the book down. It is so good. There is so much tension, and I just find myself turning and turning and turning the page and just lapping it all up. I mean, I just love it. And finally, guys, I want to put out my manifestations for May. If you've made any manifestations, promises to yourself, goals, let me know down in the comments what you hope to achieve in May. But my May manifestations are continue with a positive mindset. My next goal is to make more plans, especially with friends and family, and just make a lot of memories this summer. And lastly is a plan related to my YouTube channel. I would absolutely love to gain some new subscribers and have some more engagement from people. I have just absolutely loved making these videos. I look forward to posting them and seeing what people say, what the reception is, even if I get 1 view. Just love the whole process of it. So to hopefully have people come and join me and enjoy the videos as well is something that I really am hopeful for in May. So if you are still here and you're still watching, please subscribe and stick around. I would love to have you here. And that is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Bye.